Hello students, welcome to video classes. So today we are going to discuss about the polarization. So the polarization is one of the very important concept of the light, because this is the only property which explains the transverse nature of the light waves. Okay. So earlier when you are going to think about, the scientists have proposed that the light waves are the longitudinal waves, but later that it is going to be proved that the light waves are the transverse waves, and this transverse nature of the light will be proved by using this polarization only. Okay. So when I am going to refer to the polarization, I told you that in the interference, in the wave optics chapter, we are going to discuss about the three properties. One is the interference, second one is the diffraction, and the third one is the polarization. Out of this interference and the polarization, these are the very important for the competitive part, because more number of problems will come from interference. After that, the more number of problems will be there in the polarization. Very less number of problems will be there from the diffraction. So that's why all of you must concentrate on this polarization topic. Okay. So when we are going to refer to the polarization, before going to discuss about this polarization, it is very essential to know about what are the longitudinal waves and the transverse waves. Once you can understand very clearly what are the longitudinal waves and the transverse waves, then it will become very easy to understand about this polarization. Okay. So when I am going to refer to the properties of the light, okay, there are the five basic properties are there: reflection, refraction, interference, diffraction, and polarization. Okay. So when you are going to refer to these five properties, will be as easily exhibited by the sound waves are also. Okay, the sound waves are also exhibits all these properties which will be exhibited by the light except the polarization. That means the sound waves does not exhibit the polarization. The reason is the polarization is exhibited only by the transverse nature of the waves. But when you are going to refer to the sound waves, okay, sound waves especially in the air, they are the longitudinal waves. That's why the sound waves will never produce or never going to be admit the polarization property itself. So sometimes in the competitive part also they will ask you that why the sound waves does not polarize. The reason is the sound waves are longitudinal waves. That's why the sound waves will never polarize itself. Okay. So let us discuss that. What is the polarization? Before going to discuss about the polarization, I just want to we are going to find out once again. We are going to discuss about what are the longitudinal waves and what are the transverse waves. Okay. First we are going to discuss about the longitudinal waves. When I am going to refer to the longitudinal waves, if the wave is traveling in a horizontal direction, okay, if the wave is traveling in the horizontal direction, then the particles in the medium is also vibrates in the same direction. Okay, if they are going to vibrate in the same direction, then those waves are going to be called as a longitudinal waves. The best examples of the longitudinal waves are the sound waves. We are going to refer to the sound waves. If you are going to take a tuning fork here, this is a tuning fork. When you are going to vibrate it, okay, when you are going to vibrate it, then what happened? The prongs are going to be oscillates. When the prongs are going to be oscillate, the prongs will move right side and left side. When the prongs are moving right side, what happened? All the air will be compresses here. So what happened? All the air will be compresses and comes closer at here. After that, the prong will go back side. Again what happened? Rarefaction. They are going to be separates. They are going to be separates. Again they will come closer. And again they will be separates. Like that what happened? The vibrations are going to be takes place. The wave is traveling in the horizontal direction, and in the particles are also oscillating in the same direction. Then this type of waves will be called as a longitudinal waves. Okay. If the particles in a medium will vibrate in the direction of propagation of wave, then those will be called as a longitudinal waves. Next one is transverse waves. What the transverse wave explains? The particles in a medium will vibrate perpendicular to the propagation of the wave. That means the waves are traveling in the horizontal direction, then the particle will vibrate along the y-axis direction. That means if the particles are moving along the x-axis direction, the wave is traveling along the x-axis direction, particles will move along the y-axis direction, or they will move along the z-axis direction. For example, if I say that this is the three coordinate system we are going to be taking here. Okay, three coordinate system we are taking, and in the three coordinate system we already know that all the three axes are perpendicular to each other. Let's say that this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, and this is the z-axis. Okay, so let us say that the wave is traveling along the x-axis direction. If the wave is traveling along the x-axis direction, then what happened? The particles will vibrate along the y-axis direction. Okay, in this direction the particles will vibrate, or the particles vibrate. Actually the z-axis should not be here. The z-axis should be comes like this. But it is not possible to show the third dimension on the board. That's why we are going to take the z-axis direction in this direction. Okay, one of the vibrations are in this direction, and another vibrations are perpendicular to the board inside and outside. Like that, the vibrations are going to take place. if the particles are vibrating along the y-axis direction, then the wave is going to be traveling like this. Okay, this type of waves will be called as a transverse waves. Okay, what it will be called as a transverse waves, and these are the longitudinal waves. Okay, in the transverse waves, always the vibrations are perpendicular to the propagation of the wave. That is a very important point you have to remember to understand about this polarization itself. Okay, so this is the longitudinal waves and the transverse waves. So now we are going to discuss about the propagation and the polarization. We never refer to the polarization. So before going to discuss about the polarization, we are going to tell you the definition here. So the polarization means nothing but the conversion of the vibrations of the particles to only one plane will be called as a polarization. Okay. For example, if you are going to refer to a candle here, okay, this is a candle you are going to be taking. Okay, when I go to refer to a candle here, and this light, this candle is going to be send the waves. What type of the waves it will send? It will send the transverse waves. Okay, the light will be emitted in the form of the transverse waves. So for example, if you are saying that the light is going to be traveling in this direction. Okay, the light is going to be traveling in this direction. If the light is traveling along the horizontal direction, then what happened? The particles vibrations, okay, the vibrations of the waves, particles will be perpendicular to the propagation of the wave. That means what happened? The particles will vibrate along this direction, okay, and the particles will vibrate along this direction. The particles vibrate along this direction, and the particles will vibrate along in this direction. And you are going to take the particles will be vibrate dot direction. These dots are going to be explains about the vibrations inside and outside. Okay, the vibrations are inside and outside. So in this direction, the vibrations are going to be takes place. This type of waves are going to be produced, and this type of light will be called as a unpolarized light. Okay, unpolarized light means what happened? Whatever the light is emitted from the source, which contains the vibrations in all directions, will be called as a unpolarized light. For example, if the light wave is traveling in this direction, if the light wave is traveling in this direction, then what happened? The vibrations are in this direction will be there. Okay, because this is also perpendicular direction. The vibrations are in this direction, which can be represented by dot products. Dot products means vibrations will be in this direction. The vibrations will be cross in this direction, because again, what is the angle will be 90 degrees will be takes place, and the vibrations will be in this direction. So in all directions, the vibrations are going to be takes place. This type of light will be called as a unpolarized light. In the unpolarized light, what happened? The vibrations are belongs to all the planes itself. Now what we have to do? We have to make all these vibrations are belongs to only one vibration. That means you have to convert all these vibrations will belongs to only one vibration. That means we are going to block all the remaining vibrations, and we are going to allow only one type of the vibration. And if the vibrations are belongs to only one plane, then that will be called as a polarized light. Okay. So to explain that, I am going to use a simple experiment here. Okay, that will clearly understood that how we are going to produce the polarized light itself. Okay, we are going to take a cardboard. Okay, a rectangular cardboard we are going to taking. So this is a rectangular cardboard. Okay, this is a rectangular cardboard I am taking. Okay, this is a rectangular cardboard, and this rectangular cardboard is going to have a rectangular slit, a vertical rectangular slit it is going to be having. Okay, a rectangular slit it is going to be having. Okay, this is a rectangular slit, and here you are going to have a rope. Okay, a long rope you are going to be tied, and it is going to be sent through the rectangular block, and it is going to be reached here, and here you are going to a rigid support is there, you are going to tie it this place. Okay, a wire is going to be traveling like this, and it is coming through the slit. And how the slit is there? Rectangular slit, and it will be open. Okay, vertical slit is there, we are going to be arranged here, and we are just going to hold the rope at this place. And hold the rope here, and we are just going to oscillate in vertical direction. Okay, how we are oscillating? In the vertical direction we are oscillating. When we are going to oscillate in the vertical direction, then what happened? The wave will travel in which direction? Forward direction. Okay, if the wave is traveling in the horizontal direction and the particles will vibrate in vertical direction, then how the wave will be produces? The wave is going to be produces like this, and it is going to be enters here, and it is comes outside and it is going to reach. Okay, in this way what happened? The wave is going to be crosses over here. Until unless when you are going to vibrate in horizontal vertical direction, then what happened? The wave is going to be produces, and this wave is going to be passes through the rectangular slit because the slit is in vertical direction. That's why what happened? These oscillations will cross through the wooden flank and the wave is going to reach the other end. So what is happening here? The wave is going to be traveling in this direction. Now next second step, what you are going to do, instead of oscillating in the vertical direction, you can oscillate in horizontal direction. Okay, when you are going to oscillate in horizontal direction, is the wave is going to pass the wooden flank? The wave will not pass through the wooden flank. Why it will not pass through the wooden flank? Because when you are going to oscillate in horizontal direction, the vibrations are perpendicular to the slit. So these perpendicular vibrations are going to be blocked by the wooden block. So that means this block is going to be works as a filter. Okay, this block will be works as a filter which can stop the vibrations which are perpendicular to the propagation of the wave. The same concept will be happens in the case of light also. That means in this unpolarized light, if you want to convert it to polarized light, definitely we need to use a filters. Okay, the filters which can block the other vibrations are going to be takes place, and those filters which are going to be used here will allow only one type of vibrations, maybe that is vertical vibrations or horizontal vibrations or perpendicular to the board vibration. Any one type of vibrations will be passed through it only will be takes place, and whatever the light is coming outside will be the one vibration light will be takes place, which is called as a polarized light. Okay, so the same concept will be there, and here we are going to have the wooden flank, and here we are going to use a tourmaline crystal. Okay, in the case of light, we are going to use a tourmaline crystal which will be used as a polarizer. What is the main work of the tourmaline crystal? The main work of the tourmaline crystal is to block the other vibrations and to allow only one vibrations or one plane vibrations can be passed through it, which will be act as a polarized light. Okay, so this is a tourmaline crystal will be drawn like this. This is a tourmaline crystal. This tourmaline crystal is going to be contains a narrow slit along its axis. Okay, this is a tourmaline crystal which contains a narrow axis, okay, a narrow slit along its axis. Okay, and this narrow slit will be act as a open which can allow the vibrations to pass through it itself. Okay, and this slit is in vertical direction. Okay, this slit is in vertical direction. Then what happens here? Whenever this unpolarized light, in this unpolarized light, what happened? All type of the vibrations will be takes place, and all type of the vibrations are going to be incident on this tourmaline crystal. When this all vibrations on the tourmaline crystal will be incident on the polarizer, then immediately what happened? Only one type of the vibrations will come outside. For example, if you want to refer to that, this is a tourmaline crystal you are saying, and this is a vertical slit you are going to be arranging. Okay, here you are going to have the vertical slit. Then immediately what happened? If the vibrations are coming like this, the slit is along the vertical direction. If the vibrations are coming like this, what happened? This filter or the tourmaline crystal will block these vibrations. These vibrations is also blocks, and these vibrations are also blocks. But if the vibrations are coming like this, what happened? The slit is in vertical direction. Whenever this type of vibrations will come, they will pass through it. The same thing will be happens in the case of the tourmaline crystal also. Whatever all the vibrations are there, all those vibrations will be blocks in front of the tourmaline crystal. Only one type of the vibrations will come out of the tourmaline crystal. Those are the arrow components. Okay, these are the vibrations which are going to be passed through the tourmaline crystal, and these are called the arrow components. So what about the remaining vibrations are going to be blocked in front of the tourmaline crystal, and we are going to refer to the diagram. In this one, in this light, the vibrations are only belongs to one plane. So that's why this is called the polarized light, and this is called unpolarized light. And how can you define the polarization? Polarization means nothing but simply you can define as the process of converting unpolarized light into polarized light will be called as a polarization. And this tourmaline crystal will be used to polarize unpolarized light into polarized light. That's why it will be called as a polarizer. Okay, what it will be called as a polarizer. Okay, this is the unpolarized light. And whenever you are going to refer to this, these are the vibrations and polarized light. But you are going to have a doubt whether this light is polarized or not. Okay, we have to verify it because the light is incident on the tourmaline crystal and the light is positive coming out of the tourmaline crystal. But whether it is polarized or not, we have to identify that. So to identify that, to test it, again we are going to use one more tourmaline crystal we are going to use. And we are going to use one more tourmaline crystal here. This is another tourmaline crystal you are going to be arranging, same type of the tourmaline crystal. This tourmaline crystal is also going to have a narrow slit along its axis. Okay, a narrow slit is along its axis. Okay, now what happens here? Let us say that this is a tourmaline crystal. Whenever you are going to use the tourmaline crystal like this, the slit is vertical direction. So whenever you are going to place like this, the vibrations are also in vertical direction. That's why these vibrations are going to be incident on the crystal and they will pass outside. Okay, when you are going to place the tourmaline crystal like this. If we are going to rotate the tourmaline crystal, maybe in the clockwise direction and the anti-clockwise direction. If you are going to rotate like this, gradually what happened, the intensity of light coming out of the tourmaline crystal decreases, and whenever it will becomes 90 degrees. Okay, when you are going to rotate through the 90 degrees. When you are going to rotate through the 90 degrees, what happened to the slit? Now the slit will becomes horizontal. But how the vibrations are? Vertical direction. Now what happened is this vertical vibration will pass through the tourmaline crystal? No. The light will never pass through the tourmaline crystal because here the vibrations are vertical and the slit is in horizontal direction. So whenever you are going to rotate through 90 degrees, then what happened? No light will comes outside. What happened? It becomes dark. Again rotate through 90 degrees, the light will come. Again through rotate 90 degrees, the light will stop. Again through rotate 90 degrees, the light will come. That means if you are going to obtain like this, then you can easily identify that this light is going to be polarized. Okay, this light is going to be polarized. Because when you are going to arrange like this, the light is coming, and whenever you are going to rotate 90 degrees, the light is not coming. Again 90 degrees, light is coming. If it is an unpolarized light, what happens if you are going to place like this? The light will come outside. Which vibrations will come? Vertical vibrations will come. Rotate through 90 degrees. Again the light will come. Which vibrations will come? Dots will come. Because the dots will come outside. Any angle you can rotate, the light will come outside because the vibrations are in all directions are there. So that's why if it is unpolarized light, if the tourmaline crystal is rotated in any direction, the light will come outside. If it is a polarized light, one direction, the light will come, perpendicular direction, the light will stop. But in between 0 to 90 degrees, if you are going to rotate it, what happens? The intensity of the light coming out of the tourmaline crystal is going to be changes. Okay, so by using this tourmaline crystal, you are going to be verified or you are going to be analyzing that whether it is going to be polarized or not. So we are going to choose the two tourmaline crystals we are going to be using. Okay, this is the tourmaline crystal 1 and this is the tourmaline crystal 2. So here this tourmaline crystal will be called as a polarizer. Okay, this tourmaline crystal will be called as a polarizer. What is the reason? The reason is this crystal is used to convert the unpolarized light into polarized light. And the second crystal will be called as a analyzer. Okay, second one will be called as a analyzer. Why you are going to call it as an analyzer? Because this tourmaline crystal is going to be works as an analyzer. This is used to verify whether this light is polarized or not. So that's why it will be called as a analyzer. Okay, so this is the polarizer and this is the analyzer. This total process will be called as a polarization itself. Okay, simply the polarization means nothing but the process of making the vibrations of the light belongs to only one plane. Okay, that's why it will be called as a polarization. And this polarization is possible due to the reason of the transverse waves only. In case if it is a longitudinal waves, what happens if the wave is traveling in this direction? Okay, if the wave is traveling in the direction, particles are also vibrating this way. If the particles are vibrating in this way, what happens? If you can arrange the slit in this direction or rotating in this direction, okay, in this direction or in this direction, any direction you can rotate. What happens through the slit? What happens? The particles or waves are going to be travels itself. So that's why the longitudinal waves does not polarizes. Only transverse waves can polarize. So this phenomenon will clearly explain that the light waves are only transverse waves. Okay, transverse in nature itself. Okay, this is called the polarization, and you must remember the names itself. first tourmaline crystal is called the polarizer, and the second tourmaline crystal will be called as a analyzer. Right. Next, we are going to discuss one more important concept, that is the plane of polarization. Okay. So when I go to refer to the plane of polarization can be can be defined as, I am going to draw the diagram. By using the diagram, you can easily understand what is the plane of polarization. So the plane of polarization is, it is going to be having like this. So this plane is called the plane of polarization. Okay, this is the plane of polarization in horizontal direction. So how can I define it? These are the vibrations of the polarized light, and this is the plane itself. So this plane is perpendicular to the vibrations or parallel to the vibrations? Perpendicular to the vibrations. So that's why the plane of polarization is simply defined as a plane which is perpendicular to, okay, a plane which is perpendicular to the vibrations of the polarized light will be called as a plane of polarization. The plane of polarization is always perpendicular to the vibrations of a polarized light. The vibrations are in the vertical direction, then the plane of polarization will be in the horizontal direction. That means these vibrations will pass through the plane of polarization. Okay, the vibrations are like this. That means these vibrations are passed through the plane of polarization. Okay, that's why it will be called as a plane of polarization. Okay, this is the concept of polarization, and you need to remember, which is very, very important one here. Okay, so the most important thing is that whenever you are going to use the unpolarized light, will be converted into polarized light. What happened to the intensity? Intensity decreases or remains same? Definitely the intensity is going to be changes, because here all the vibrations are there which is coming from the source, and when this unpolarized light is going to be incident on the polarizer, then immediately what happened, only one vibrations are coming outside, the remaining vibrations are going to be stops in front of the tourmaline crystal. That means the intensity is going to be decreases half. Okay, decreases will becomes half. Okay, if I naught is going to be called as the incident intensity or the initial intensity. Okay, the initial intensity of the unpolarized light is I naught. Whenever this unpolarized light of intensity I naught will pass through the tourmaline crystal, then that light will polarizes. After polarizing, the intensity will becomes I naught by 2, which is very, very important to solve the problems you have to remember. Okay, whenever the light is going to be unpolarized light of intensity I naught will passes through the polarizer, then what happened to the intensity? The intensity will becomes I naught by 2 will be takes place. Okay, this is the process. But according to the wave nature of the light will be explained by the many scientists. Out of them, one scientist there which is called the Maxwell's theorem. Okay, one theorem is called the Maxwell's theorem. The Maxwell is explained the nature of the light by using the electromagnetic wave theorem. According to electromagnetic wave theorem, what is explained that the light will travels in the form of electromagnetic radiation. Okay, in the electromagnetic radiation, what happened? The electric field and the magnetic field both are perpendicular to each other. Okay, electric field and the magnetic field both are perpendicular to each other. So when I want to refer to the electric field and the magnetic field, let us say that this is the 3-coordinate system we are going to take in here. Okay, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, and this is the z-axis. In case if you are saying that along the y-axis direction if the electric field is there, and along the z-axis direction if the magnetic field is there, then the electromagnetic wave is going to be travel along the x-axis direction. Okay, the electromagnetic wave is traveling along the x-axis direction. If the electromagnetic wave is traveling along the x-axis direction, then what happened? Electric field will be along the y-axis direction, and the magnetic field will be along the z-axis direction. That means both are going to be traveling like this. Okay, this is the electric field and this is the magnetic field. Then the electromagnetic wave will be travels in this direction. Okay, so the same way what happened, the light is also travels in the form of electromagnetic waves. That means definitely it is a transverse wave. In the transverse wave means maybe the vibrations are belongs to the z-axis or the z-axis or along the y-axis will be takes place. So according to Maxwell's theorem, what is said that the vibrations are belongs to two planes, and for our convenience, we are going to take about the two types of vibrations we are going to consider while you are going to explain about the polarization. Okay, if you are going to take a candle over here, okay, this is a candle you are going to be taking, and this candle is producing the light waves, okay, unpolarized light. Then the vibrations are going to be taken like this. Okay, these are called the arrow components, and these are called the dot components. This is called the arrow component and dot components. So this is the unpolarized light we are going to be showing itself. So every time it is not possible to show all the vibrations itself. That's why we are going to use only the two types of the vibrations we are going to use. Okay, so this is an unpolarized light we are going to be having here. Why it is the unpolarized light? Because this light is going to be contains the two types of the vibrations. One is the arrow components are there, at the same time the dot components are there. What are the dot components means? What is the direction of vibration? Perpendicular to the board, inside and outside. And arrow components will be like this. So this is the unpolarized light. In further, whatever the explanation we are going to use, or whatever the experiments we are going to use, in that one, the unpolarized light can be represented by like this: dot components and the arrow components. If you want to write down like this, if a ray of light is going to be contains like this type of vibrations are there. What we can call it as? Polarized light or unpolarized light? Definitely it is a polarized light. Why it is a polarized light? Because the vibrations are belongs to only one plane of board. Okay, plane of board. So these are the polarized light, because there is no dot components are there, because only the one type of vibrations are there. That's why it will be called as a polarized light. For example, the light waves are going to be represented by like this. The wave is going to be traveling like this, and we are going to be taking this direction. What about this type of light? Polarized or unpolarized? Definitely it is also a polarized light. Why it is a polarized light? Because the vibrations are belongs to only one plane. Which plane? Perpendicular to the board, inside and outside. Here, in the direction of plane and vertical direction are the arrow components. If both are combined there, this is called the unpolarized light, this is called the polarized light, and this is also called the polarized light. Okay, so this is the explanation of the polarized light and the unpolarized light, and how can we convert the unpolarized light into polarized light. Okay, if you want to convert the unpolarized light into polarized light, definitely we are not going to use the filters, which will be act as a turbulent crystal. For that purpose, what I will use? Turbulent crystal. The turbulent crystal will have a narrow slit along its axis, which will be act as a slit, and it will be act as a filter, which can stop all the other vibrations and allow only one vibration belongs to one plane only, and that's why what happened, it will becomes the polarized light itself. And the most important thing is the plane of polarization. This definition is also very important. What is the plane of polarization means? Plane of polarization is nothing but a plane which is perpendicular to the vibrations of the polarized light will be called as a plane of polarization. Okay, whatever the vibrations are there, those vibrations will pass through the plane of polarization. Okay. Next important thing is, if an unpolarized light is passed through the turbulent crystal, then what happens to the intensity will becomes half, according to the electromagnetic wave theorem. According to the electromagnetic wave theorem, what is saying? The vibrations are belongs to two axes. Okay, two types of the vibrations we are going to take: electric component and the magnetic field. Okay, electric field vector and the magnetic field vector. Okay, when it is electric field vector and the magnetic field vector will pass through the turbulent crystal, then what happened? One type of the vibrations will blocks. Either the electric field vectors will be blocks or the magnetic field vectors will be blocks. Only one vibrations will come outside. So then what happened? The intensity will becomes half. So that's why what happened? The intensity will becomes half. Here I naught represents intensity of the unpolarized light, and this I naught by 2 represents the intensity of the unpolarized intensity of the polarized light. Next one is how we are going to identify whether it is the polarized or not. For that purpose, we are going to use the turbulent crystal. Okay, if I am going to place the turbulent crystal in such a way that the axis is parallel to the vibrations, the light will comes outside. Okay, here the light will comes outside. Okay, light will comes outside. In case if you are going to rotate the turbulent crystal through 90 degrees, okay, through 90 degrees, then what happens? The light will stops. again through 90 degrees light will come. So if it is happened, then we can easily identify that the light is going to be polarized itself. Okay, so these are the concepts you need to remember which are discussed. Okay, that's all for today. In the next class we are going to discuss the further concept. Okay, thank you.